And we're live. Just waiting for everything to catch up here. Awesome. Welcome back, everybody. It is Thursday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 10 p.m. over on the East Coast. We got Robert here, gonna be hanging out with us tonight, telling some stories and how he got to the place, how he got to the East Coast, basically, and his story all the way up through RC drifting. You'll notice that we're missing Logan again. He's late at work, so he'll be a little bit late to the podcast, to the stream. So he'll hop on a little bit later, and we'll kind of keep on going from there. As far as now goes, this coming weekend, if you are in the Pacific Northwest, on Saturday, we've got a swap meet. So first swap meet that I've seen out of like a drift event in the Northwest, outside of like a hobby expo. So if you are in the area, hang out on Saturday. And as usual, it's open to midnight on Friday, so that's there as well. And then the next coming round for Oregon SDC 2026 is round 4, June 13th. So easy enough. And I said it right this time. Anything we need to add in there, DJ?
I mean, nothing for like this area, but like I know the Prodigy RCs having the Tech 1 15-year thing going on, I believe, this Saturday. So if you are in that area, for sure hit them up.
That'll be super sick.
Other than that, yeah, it's not a whole lot.
It's kind of funny because like if you compare it to last year you guys were running both SDC and IRCDF, so it was like every other weekend there was a competition going on, and then we had car shows as well, and it was crazy last year when you think about it.
Yeah, doing back-to-back weeks of comps from SDC to IRCDF and doing all the car shows that we were involved with, like, yeah, that takes a toll for sure.
Mm-hmm. And now Judd has more Traxxas rentals at the track. There's a nice green-bodied RTR Mustang there. It's pretty sick. But it's still a Traxxas, so all of those same problems apply. I'm surprised that the stock servo has lasted this long. So we'll find out. We'll find out what gets replaced first. Anyways, let's talk about Robert. Robert, welcome to the stream.
Hey, thanks, Adam.
Can you go ahead and just I just want to know where you're from originally, because I know you've had like this large RC journey that we've been on, or that you've been on. We'll get to that, but I want to know where you're originally from and like what you do.
Yeah. So I'm actually from Columbus, Ohio. That's where I was born. I was in Columbus, Ohio, until I was pretty young, actually until 7, and then from Columbus, Ohio, I moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Pittsburgh pretty much takes up 40 years of my life, but I also lived in Maine, I've lived in Florida, I've lived in Texas, I've lived in Arkansas. I've spent a lot of time out in California, even though I never really lived there. I've gotten to travel the United States multiple times over. And I basically, got to experience a lot of life in, just traveling the United States before I even started into RC. So, that's kind of like a pretty quick layover of, where this basically started from is, just building on that traveling mentality of visiting places, and going to new places. It's walking into a new environment and experiencing people for the first time. I found it, exploring all these different tracks and you know, getting to feel the life there, you know, was very alluring to me, and I like documenting it. You know, even earlier than that, I had a passion in photography. You know, in my very early days of doing photography, the web forums were just blossoming, you know, and the internet, you know, was just blooming, and, you know, we could turn to the web to find instructions on, you know, basically anything that you wanted to do. And, you know, videos started popping up on how to do things. And I was like, oh my God, you know, there's a million things out there that you can do and take a video of, and, you know, show people how to do things. And, you know, that's basically how it started for me. Uploading videos onto YouTube way back in the day from you know, car forums on how to do DIY stuff to your car.
Yeah, speaking of way back when, you told me how old your channel is. Tell the channel how old your channel is.
So in June, it'll be 19 years.
That's crazy. Do you remember what your first upload was?
Yeah, now here's the crazy thing. The first upload, if you go to my YouTube channel and look at the very first video, it was actually a short before shorts were a short. Now, what I mean by that is it's a little clip that's only 11 seconds long. And this was my very first upload to YouTube. And I had a Yamaha motorcycle, and it had a you know, pretty cool exhaust that came up under the rear seat. And there was an Italian manufacturer that made this quad tip exhaust that just looked amazing. And there was no sound clips of it on the internet. So, you know, my idea was I'll just record a sound clip of it. So I had the exhaust just put on the bike, and I really hadn't even heard it, you know, myself for the first time. But I'm a dad. I have two sons. My oldest son is 23 now. My youngest is 20. But in this video, it's my oldest son, who was 5 years old at the time. He just, you can kind of hear somebody speaking over the sound of the exhaust, and I'm telling you, it's pretty loud, Adam. You could just hear a woman's voice saying, "I can't hear a difference." And my then 5-year-old son reaches up and grabs the throttle and just redlines that bike. Now, I'm standing right behind the exhaust, looking right down the tips. But as he revs that up, it was so loud that it just scared him. He jumped up and put his hands over top of his ears. But that was all the clip was, is 11 seconds long. And I think it has 28,000 views. But if you think of, like, in 2007,
yeah, that's crazy. Did she notice the difference after it was revved?
Well, I think you get the point. And this video is titled FZ6. That was the Yamaha bike that I had. FZ6 laser, and that's all it says. There's no description to it, nothing.
No, that's crazy. Like 18 years ago to be on the platform. What were you shooting with, like, as far as the camera goes?
Oh my God. I might even still have this camera, if you could believe this. I kind of did some experiments as well with this camera, and I also have that up on my YouTube channel. You know, this might have been, GoPros might have been a thing back then, but I was trying to hard mount a, you know, camcorder onto my motorcycle. So I do have videos of that up on my YouTube channel as well.
Like, how big of a camcorder are we talking about? Are we talking about like the palm size handy cams or something?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. So it was palm size, and it also did like a digital recording on a tape.
Oh, yeah.
But man, what I was running into is because of the mount being solid, there was still enough vibrations in the camcorder itself just to have quality issues whenever it was trying to record from the head just shaking.
Oh, yeah.
So, I had to experiment as well to try to actually get a mount that would work. And again, I don't even know if GoPros were a thing back then, at least not then.
Let's take a quick Google search. When was Google? No, when was GoPro released? 2002. Founded in 2002.
Yeah, so they might have been a thing, but...
Well, hold on. Releasing the first video-capable digital hero in 2006. And the iconic HD hero in 2009.
Yep. So I mean, it was around the same time, but I also had a family at the time, so I was taking videos of my family, and I also put those up on YouTube. And again, looking at my YouTube specifically, my second video is a car show from the Good Guys Street Rod Nationals in Columbus, Ohio. And it's titled 2004 Good Guys Street Rod Nationals. The video itself is only 1 minute and 51 seconds long, I believe. And whenever I uploaded that, like one of my first YouTube subscribers was the Good Guys Rod and Customs YouTube channel subscribed to mine. So that was pretty cool.
Right on. Young Takumi. Yo, what's up? Hey, Mark. And then we've got some just video. You got a frame mounted suspension video here. Was that was that the camcorder or was that something else?
Yeah, that was actually the camcorder, and if I'm not mistaken, I actually ratchet strapped that to the frame of the car to get that clip.
Jeez. Okay. And then we've got we come to a generation. So we skip 10 years and we come to a generation of iRacing.
Yeah.
So this is 6 years ago. What kind of a sim setup did you have for iRacing?
Well, if you actually look, I had live streamed my very first iRacing race.
Mm-hmm.
And I have that video up on YouTube, or at least a clip of it. But so I had like a basic desk mount, and I forget what the actual model number was, but it was just one of those little PC steering wheels that would work for a PC or a PS5, I believe.
Sure.
And a basic pedal setup.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked road racing, and I did initially try road racing with iRacing, or at least with using a steering wheel and pedal setup. But once I actually tried the circle track, and they have like a, what do they call it, street stock series or something like that. I kind of fell in love with the circle track racing and had a lot of fun doing circle track racing on iRacing. This was during like the height of COVID, so nobody was doing anything else other than even like the NASCAR racers were on iRacing, and it was just a good time.
For sure. Yeah, like COVID definitely made that whole sim racing explode. Like that entire scene exploded. And now we have like super duper sim rigs that are decently priced. Like $1,500 today goes a really far way as far as sim rig stuff. And at the same time, not at all. Depending on what you get.
Yep.
What's up, Adam? What's up, Project Flow RC? Okay. So we're here. We're in iRacing. We did circle racing. And then is that the switch over to RC? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, so I had always had RCs in my life, going back as far as I can remember. Just addicted on cars in general, and I think my very first RC car actually had a wire attached to the remote itself, and the RC car only went straight and back and to the left, I believe.
Yeah.
And I had, especially in my early years, I read every magazine that I can get my hand on whether it was Hot Rod magazine, whether it was BMX magazine, whether it was an RC magazine, every magazine that you could think of, I was reading every single article, looking at every picture, and just like diving into every single world that I was reading about in those magazines.
Did you subscribe to RC Car magazine? Or RC Car Action? That's what it was.
Well, at the time, I didn't have to, and here's the reason why: is they were all available to you at the news store. So all you had to go is down to the news store, and you could just sit there as a kid and just read every single magazine. So I didn't have to subscribe to anything.
Okay.
Even back then, I remember the library having magazines. You could just go into the library and pull out a magazine, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I had RC Car magazine, or RC Car Action was like really the only magazine that I would ever subscribed to. Like, yeah.
And it's crazy how much even like those expose you to so much of the hobby. I couldn't even imagine seeing the hobby from that perspective, even from all the stuff that I'm doing. So it's still like, the scale is not there for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, and now we fast forward to today with social media and YouTube, Instagram, where everything is almost instant access. Like Logan DJ is posting pretty much every single week as far as Instagram goes. Like, sure, that might be part of a brand deal, but at the same time, like everybody's posting everything, and it's just immediately out there.
Yeah, and it's all at your fingertips. And honestly, you can even see a transition in my own format on producing content. My very early days in RC Drift, I was posting a lot of long form content on YouTube, and then even myself, I transitioned to that short, fast reel. People were just scrolling through their phones, catching reels, and
So as far as your current content goes, like, what's your typical format? Like, what's your recipe for a video that you produce?
Well, I always try to find something or a unique angle. So the reality is you're not looking at the same thing each time that you're looking at a video. So, somebody that's experienced in the hobby, they're not getting like repetitive content of just seeing RC cars tandem. I mean, how many times can you see that over and over again?
A lot.
But the reality is there's so many stories out there within like every facet of the hobby. And what I've found is, the reality is whenever you're putting these videos out on the internet, they're not just going to your friends, they're going to people that have never seen this at all. And, you're trying to get their attention. And, what I enjoy about what I do is trying to expose the hobby to people that have never even seen it before. They have no idea what they're looking at.
Gotcha. What are your platforms that you typically post to?
All of them.
All of them. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, and pretty much daily reels on all of them.
Gotcha.
Live streams as well.
That's so much work.
Yeah, it really is. And that was honestly my drive behind creating Mr. Minute Media as well, because through what I've been able to produce, I could do that for other people as well. So the majority of the once you rise big enough on a social media platform, you're not doing that kind of stuff yourself. You're giving that work to somebody like me that's actually doing that grunt work for you to put those videos up. So I'm expanding this as a business as well, and it's always been my idea. If you look back, even through my YouTube videos, I went through a point of utilizing Mr. Minnow's House of RC Drift, and there was a point whenever I was very early producing content regularly, And I seen there was a need bigger for what I was doing than doing it just for me. And that's whenever I'd made the switch. And I actually made like a scene transition where the Mr. Minnow's House of RC Drift starts burning away, revealing Mr. Minnow Media.
Nice.
But even that animation there, I created that myself. So the work in making that was something that I did. And I enjoy doing stuff like that too. Like the creative process of actually making videos is just a lot of fun.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your editing rig look like then?
Well, I currently have two. I still have a beast of a laptop that has a RTX 10. I don't even remember what this has in it. Hold on a second. I guess I could look. And then I have a desktop computer as well. So I actually have two rigs that I can edit. But honestly, these days, 99% of the videos that I've posted are just processed on my iPhone.
Right on. Do you have a preferred software? Question from Chris Momo.
I use DaVinci Resolve on my desktops. It's free as long as you're not doing high resolution videos or high frames per second. So my preferred software is free.
And there's not a version of DaVinci on like iPhone app, right? What are you using for things that are on your iPhone?
No.
Or are you just shooting with iPhone?
You can. Well, I am shooting with iPhone for a while now. It's been 100% of what I shoot, but again, it's just for easy access of uploading those videos, so I don't have to move them from another format just to upload a video. So it's just streamlined the whole process for me. But I mean, CapCut's free.
But it has the watermark.
No, mine does. I don't pay for it. I use the free one, and yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm always like hesitant to look into those programs because I know that there's always some sort of like paywall to get rid of the watermark, and then I don't want that there, so I'll just do my own thing.
Yeah, in their business, they're just trying to make money, so it's whatever platform you end up buying into.
Yep, for sure. So basically how I found out about you is like just these videos popping up right after Super G, right? So I see this and I feel like the instant that I saw it, I was like, oh, it's just this guy taking a small little tour like to different tracks. But then I keep on seeing them and seeing them and seeing them, and it's like this whole entire journey. And be it as it is, it's the RC Drift journey, which is what we posted on the channel. And this seems like a very much bigger project than I've ever seen. And this is like a far stretch from like Chris with the establishment, just like being able to travel for work and then going to tracks. What is this journey for you? Like what is the purpose? Why did you go on this journey?
Initially, whenever I got into RC Drift, I was in Pittsburgh at the time, and I went to the internet to find what was out there. And I did find a group of guys, and it was mostly all-wheel drive guys, and there was a couple rear-wheel drive guys. But honestly, it wasn't what I was looking for whenever I had first got into the scene. So I started digging more into the internet, and I found Cleveland. And Pittsburgh's proximity to Cleveland is it's only like a 2.5-hour drive. So for me to go up there to visit Cleveland, it was very alluring to me very early on. So literally within a week of me buying my first chassis, I had already bought my second chassis. But I had already felt that just the vibe and the allure fit what I was looking for whenever I went up to Cleveland. So, and Cleveland was just the first example of that. And whenever I looked even further, I found Cincinnati, and I went out to Cincinnati and experienced that. So, very early on, without any experience, I had already visited 2 tracks, or literally at that point 3 tracks, and I hadn't even really bought or spent any. I couldn't even do a lap without spinning out with my RC drift car. That's how new I was.
So what chassis were you on for this, at this time?
My very first drift chassis was a Facebook marketplace find. It was the Sakura D4 clone, and it would be something that you would actually find off of Amazon.
Yep. So it was the clone, so it came with all the pink aluminum on it and all that fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
After digging into RC drift further, that might not have been the best purchase at the time, but I had that impulse bug, and I was bound and determined to get that Sakura G4 to drift if it killed me. And I did keep that chassis. I still have it, but I did keep that chassis running and driving, and it did drive very good. It's not as fast as the modern chassis, but it did drive very well.
Mm-hmm. Was there anything that you did to it to make it drift, basically?
Yeah, but the reality is the parts were all out of stock because the chassis hasn't been current in such a long time that finding parts for it were nearly impossible. But
Sure.
I was able to find a set of, I think it was Boom Racing upper control arms, and that kind of got rid of they had ball cups on the inside of the uppers, and it kind of put them like a pin style, like the Rev D, MC1 pins or shark pin or whatever.
Mm-hmm. See what
it just made the less timing in the front arms.
Denver local team Rattle Rockets are using the D4s and keeping up with the modern stuff pretty well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that I had an issue with my D4 was just the front end geometry. The stock setup had a ton of caster, and just trying to correct for that.
Mm.
That was also the time where we were using skinny tires up front. So
Yep. Yep. And honestly, I kind of helped push that trend a little bit whenever I first got in, just as like a voodoo trend. But it, in my eyes, at the end of the day, it just kind of helps fix your bad alignment. It's not giving you an advantage over anybody else's car.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. We've got a Logan. Now I've got to fix stuff. Here, let me.
Am I on?
You're on.
Oh my god.
What's up?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, I just
Well,
got
Logan, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, Robert. Thanks. Nice to see you.
Yep.
How you doing?
Beautiful. Doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Chaotic, but we're here.
It's not chaotic.
Such is life.
We're fine. We're chilling. So I'm fixing stuff really quickly here, you guys.
What were you guys talking about?
Basically, the startup.
Early stops on the drift journey.
Yeah. And his first chassis, Sakura D4.
That's a pretty reasonable first step, I would say. How long did you drive the Sakura?
I had it exactly a week before I bought my second chassis, and it was a YD2S.
That's pretty good. I mean,
To say I caught the bug hard would be an understatement.
yeah. If you're already, even with the Sakura, like if you're already going in for phase 2 a weekend, that's pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, this was also during COVID too, so
Oh, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is funny though, like what Vittorio kind of had that same sort of thing, right? Where he literally had a second chassis within a week. Well, really quickly. But
Yeah.
yeah, like it's so crazy to think that. Anyways, so we did the D4, and then what was the second chassis that you moved to?
A YD2S.
Okay, so this was, let's see, what generation was this? Plastic chassis. It would be the same thing as the YD2E, like in further generations. So how did you like that chassis?
Whenever I had first put it together, I probably had 5 things wrong with the assembly of the chassis.
Did you put the front lowers upside down?
Well, I did put the rear lowers upside down.
Okay. Because I can't tell you how many times I had to fix the front lowers just because they were upside down. The rear is different though, because I wouldn't think that the shocks would have fit with that setup.
Well, yeah, that's just it. I mean, just think about all the problems that caused.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Poe. Poe is my coworker. Poe has an amazing beard too. He likes your beard, Robert.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I do have chat open here somewhere, but I ended up closing it. Sorry. I literally just got like 4 inches off of it too. It was getting like out of hand.
It's crazy. Let's see. So YD2, do you remember what kind of electronics you had?
Yeah, so I actually did my homework, and I got the Hobby Wing, the aluminum D10 motor and ESC combo.
Okay.
I think it's
So
the
that's-
XD10 ESC.
Okay. And then
And I still have that ESC on my car today. It probably has 2 million scale miles on it, if I just had to guess.
dude, scale mile. If we're talking about scale miles, I'm sure that everyone's ripped enough RPMs to be in like millions of miles.
Yeah, well, I would just like to be able to read the runtime off of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be interesting.
Dude, that'd be cool. Electronics.
But I'm
that
hitting
have
100k
hours.
RPM, so I mean, yeah, you got to be crazy high.
But yeah,
But that was in 2021, so it's still going strong.
okay. And then what servo gyro combo were you running?
Then I had the Rev D servo, the RS ST, and I actually got the Anniversary Red edition.
Did your circuit board crap out on that?
Well, I actually had 3 of those servos, and I did abuse them quite hard. I think I still actually have 2 of them. You know, because the Anniversary Edition was so rare, I've held on to that one, even though it's kind of jank today.
Oh no, they're not jank at all. I just remember there was a batch specifically of red that like was not a happy camper for a lot of people.
I ended up breaking this one. This one, the gears is kind of like jammed up a little bit.
What's up, Miko? Well, that's good. That's good then.
It got a lot of abuse though, them days.
I think that there's probably like a gear set that you could probably buy.
Yeah, and just pop it in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a V4 gyro, and honestly, I'm still running that on my chassis today.
Right on.
Nice.
So after those 2 chassis, where did that YD2 take you as far as your journey goes?
You know, just the ability to be able to, around the country.
Around the country, yeah.
Yeah, no, that one didn't go many places. Probably just Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. At least in that state, in that form.
Okay. And then what happened next? Like, Where are we at in the timeline?
Like the RDX craze happened,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pretty much everybody was driving an RDX.
Yeah.
What was your
I think-
first initial thought of the RDX? Like, just out of the kit, out of the box.
Like extremely compliant. I think with all the chassis that I've had an opportunity to drive, like that one had the at least out of the box, the best ability to be able to recover as a new driver, and still keep you going down the track. And I think it helped me progress tremendously once I was ready to step away from the RDX with my car control.
There's something to be said for a car that is very easy to drive because it keeps you on the track longer. You're not spending so much time like resetting, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to touch, right? Except for your
Yeah.
shock colors.
Yeah.
Well, you're just not,
Replacing
you're not,
broken
you know,
parts.
if it's easier to drive, like you're not spinning out and having to flop around and get out of the way, you know, like if you could save it, keep going. It just at that time period, like you're learning really fast. So just like definitely a weapon for newer drivers.
Mhm. Okay, so now we're in RDX, and
Yep.
still same electronics, right? Like-
Still say, yeah, I had swapped over. I had gone through a couple D10 motors, and I had tried some the V3 purple motor with the adjustable cam on it. Surpass Hobbies.
Okay, so a racing motor.
Yeah, but they had a V. I mean, you can get these off of Amazon too. They're super cheap, like $50 or whatever. And I had experimented with a lot of low-end cheap motors just to try them. Those Surpass Hobbies, I tried a V3, a V4, and a V5, and then now I got the Macklin 10.5 on my car now,
Mhm.
and I love that. It was like night and day from the other stuff that I was using.
Okay.
But I'm still running the Hobby Wing ESC.
Mm-hmm. Did you find a good value, like in just the different motors that you were testing?
No, I blew them all up. You know, you put too many miles into them, and eventually they break. So
So does this bring us up to like current form of your current chassis right now?
yeah, at least my competition chassis. Yeah.
Okay. Can you give us a brief idea of what kind of setup you have, like as far as just like your electronics tune, like ESC tune?
Oh, my tune. I can pull it up real quick. I did post about all this, and sorry to do a plug here, but on my Patreon, like there's a lot of things that have happened on the journey, and just trying to keep track of everything and each stop. And this is one of the things that I openly post on the Patreon is just the settings of my ESC. So I do believe that stuff's already up there.
Well,
There you go.
where? Well, I know of Patreon. How do you get through to your page for Patreon?
I don't know the easiest way because I don't.
I'll find
like
it for you and I'll
openly
put it in the chat.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't openly plug it as much, but I have. It should be under the Mr. Minnow though.
Plug
Or,
away.
Mr.
You can plug all you want here. So what kind, like, we've been all around the country. Where, or if you'd like to, where's your most memorable track?
They're all memorable. It's go. Yeah, and the hard part is like sometimes whenever you're traveling, you don't necessarily get to go to a big shop on their best day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like the opportunity to get to do some of those over again. But every track has been memorable.
I really think there's a big, I think you kind of want both, to be honest. Like,
The hype day versus the chill day.
as much as you say that, like when I think about all the tracks we visited, it is always on that big day. where I'm like, it's not always. I mean, we've been to Phoenix a few times, but I'm kind of like, man, I want to just come to these tracks when it's just a normal, non-event type of day and see what it's like then.
Yeah. I've definitely walked into a lot of places on those days, and I think that's something important too with what I'm doing is I don't broadcast where I'm going. If I'm going to a new store or a new shop, I want to experience it for what it is.
Yeah.
Authentic.
Yeah, that's commendable for sure. Because we're always like, I don't know, selfishly, we kind of announce and tell everyone, ahead of time that we're coming. And it doesn't, it ends up turning it into more of, get people to show up basically. But obviously the track owners like that. But you're right, you want to see like the raw presentation.
Mm-hmm. I don't want somebody to show up just because I'm going there. Please show up and please support your tracks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite surface type out of all the tracks from all the tracks that you've been to? Do you have a favorite surface type?
I drove on polished concrete for a long time. I understand in the competition realm of the P-tile, everybody is on a consistent playing field whenever you're traveling to multiple facilities. I do like the challenge of driving on different surfaces, and if everybody's on P-tile, you don't get to experience that anymore.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting because it is a little of a challenge to the philosophy of why people, I think a lot of tracks are switching to P-tile because the competitive drivers, maybe they feel like it gives them that next edge. But for us, it was more, we just wanted to be driving on the same surface that we're going to compete on at Worlds.
Yep.
But, like you said, that if everybody's doing that, then we lose that magic. I think we all agree that is experiencing different surfaces. It's kind of funny.
At least for the storefront tracks.
Yeah. There's always going to be your backyard garage type setups.
Love those.
You had mentioned the commercial and the kind of like lesser known private tracks. Any favorite memories from those? Any of the smaller tracks that aren't known?
Well, I would say more the personal home tracks are more like a barbecue atmosphere, where you're just like, it's 4th of July and you're just all hanging out because it's the 4th of July. And that's just what it feels like at some home tracks. You're a lot more relaxed. You're more in chill mode than you are on kill mode. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And usually in those sessions too, you probably know everybody. So it's not like you're, like you might drive through 2 batteries before you even move. You know what I mean? Because you're just in the vibe.
Yeah. That is for sure. There are some guys that do that in like when we're at a car show. Tor will drive and just sit there. Nick at a car show will just sit and drive the entire time. Like,
yeah,
he'll change his batteries, but that's it.
Our own DJ is one of those guys too. I mean, he's more he hangs out, but he's usually your best bet is he's on the track. I'm the exact opposite.
I'm looking for doors.
Oh, that's a question. A long time ago on a stream, it was, do you prefer the tandems, like party laps, versus like competition tandems?
Yeah, and I think it's important to clearly state that there are 2 different lines on the track. I don't think a party line is a competition line. And whenever you're doing party lines and you're trying to hit, whenever you have party atmosphere and people are trying to run comp lines, you get run into.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can agree.
And you're just going to get frustrated, trying to lay comp lines down. But, there's very competitive people out there that want to practice comps all the time, and
Yeah.
they're welcome to do that anytime that they want, wherever they want.
That's a fun thing to deal with, like, because like at our track, generally the comp line is what is marked. But we did a poll one time, and everybody kind of agreed that there should be, even for party laps, there should be some kind of indication of where you're meant to be, just so everybody's on the same page.
Sure.
So, but then I think you wrestle with there being too many markings on a track is a thing. I like what Adam said. Yeah, there should just be, your lead driver is gonna just lead everybody around.
Yeah, you got to follow their line.
Yeah.
That's the reason why the leader's out there.
Yeah.
There was a time where like when we'd have tour at like Expo, he would call out to everyone, "Work together! Everyone needs to work together."
Yeah,
I remember hearing that. Work together.
And it's hilarious of like how far we've come from then to now. It's hilarious. Like, we can do those party laps and make it look good and be the center of attention at the Hobby Expo.
Yeah. Definitely, if you're in a train, just know that the lead driver, if they're missing a zone or doing, something weird, they're probably just trying to correct the line so that the train can not all get bunched up in most cases.
Or slow it down so that everyone can get back together.
Yeah.
Or there will be groups where like there's two, three in a group and they're just flying around the track and they'll just make their way around to the tail end.
Yep.
You could
There's
see
a time and place for everything.
all three of those things on the track at once.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I guess
That's the beauty of it.
What are your guys' guidelines for being in a train? Is it like when you wreck, you just go to the back of the line, or when you wreck, do you try to recover into the same spot? What
Within
do you guys
reason.
do?
Within reason. Like, I think everybody wants to be towards the front because that's where the better experience is. But, like if I get spun out by the guy behind me and I can get back into the position that I was at, I'm not going to let him by, because that's like, what are we doing? Because then we're just going to all be, pitting each other out of the way. But, if I make a mistake and I can't recover without slowing down the whole line, then yeah, I'll just pull off and make my way to the back,
What about you, Robert?
Well, I think in the train situation, more often than not, you're getting hit from the back. It's not like the guys in the train can't turn laps. So, if you can get back in line, get back in line. Honestly, I do like the challenge of going to the end of the line because I don't mind tandem with anybody, and I like pushing new guys to show them where the line's at, and eventually they give up and you move up another spot, and within 2 laps you're up to the front of the line again anyway. It just naturally works itself out.
Yep.
Yeah. What's up with the foot, you guys? So here, let's go back to this then. What is your official home track?
My official home track these days is RC Car World in Cinnaminson, New Jersey.
Good place to be.
Yeah. And literally from where I'm at, I mean, you see all the tracks up and down the East Coast or, within just a couple hours of drive. And so.
I don't know what I'm in a hesitant spot that I don't know what chat is talking about. So I'm going to stay away from it.
Just move on.
So I know that you've been to SDC.
Yep.
What year was your first year?
This past year, 2005.
Okay. So you being this was your first time, how did you feel going to the event and kind of just being in the atmosphere?
Man, it was such a process even to get to California. It was almost like relief, because that was literally the end of a very long season. And I tried not to make it overwhelming because there was 170 people there, and I tried to talk to as many people as I could. As many people as you see not talking to people, I would walk up to them and try to spark a conversation with them, or talk to them about their chassis, or where they from, and I just talked to so many people.
Mm-hmm.
For a first experience of the path that I had gone through to get to Worlds, it was very rewarding. It was very rewarding, and honestly, at that point, I had drifted every day, 4 days a week for 2 years just to get to that point.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's commitment. Like,
yeah.
although and you said that your track was, well, how far away was the track that you were going to for practice?
Well, we skipped over a very big part of the story, but whenever I started drifting in Pittsburgh, there wasn't a scene really in Pittsburgh except for a couple all-wheel drive guys and a couple rear-wheel drive guys. So I literally had to build the scene in Pittsburgh.
Don, I just
Oh,
saw
good,
your,
Adam. Oh,
I
yeah.
just saw your chat.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I mean, it sounds like we shouldn't skip that part.
Rewind.
We
Yeah.
just haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah. Well, let's get into
There's
that.
lots of parts of this story.
Yeah, let's get into that, man. So you basically, did you kind of start drifting already and then realize there wasn't a scene, or how did that work out?
Well, once I got my car, I was looking for places to drift. Like I mentioned, there was a small group already in Pittsburgh that was mostly all-wheel drive guys that were doing drift events. It was just happening like on a Sunday. It was actually at a fencing dojo, so it wasn't a dedicated drifting facility. And I had mentioned that I went to the internet to look to see, well, what else is out there that's nearby, and I mentioned that I found Cleveland and I found Cincinnati, and those tracks gave me like the real sense of what I believe the hobby was or is. And getting to experience those tracks and not seeing those tracks in Pittsburgh, the opportunity exposed itself for me to open a track in Pittsburgh, and that's what I did.
Okay, so track in Pittsburgh. What was it called?
412 RC Incorporated. 412 is the area code in Pittsburgh, so it's just Pittsburgh theme as much as I could with everything that I did there.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're gonna move on from that chatter for tonight's episode. Anyways, so yeah, you said you started 412 RC.
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole scene in Pittsburgh, like I said, there was nothing whenever I first started. So, literally just trying to organize people to, even exposing this as a hobby to people outside of the hobby. They would honestly look at me and, say, you say you're with people, but I don't see any people with you, But I'm trying to sell them on, hey, can we put a track at your place of business?
Mm-hmm. And this was just like a normal place of business, or was this like at another hobby shop?
Well, I had already seen like what was going on in the scene, and that's honestly, what pushed me to Cleveland and seeing what their track was doing there. And they're at a hobby town there, so they're at an established RC hobby store. Mm-hmm. And in Cincinnati, they were actually at a indoor karting track,
Mhm.
And they had a pretty good relationship with the people there. There's a lot of exposure with the people that are coming in through the door for the go-karts, obviously, so them getting to see that exposed it very quickly to people.
Right on. Did you see any incoming like from the go-karters?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure because that was their scene in Cincinnati. It's just there's nonstop people coming in to see what's going on. It's just or taking videos and then posting those videos. And ultimately that's what helps promote this hobby. And that's exactly what I do. Is I just take a video and post it on the internet. Not necessarily for Logan, Adam, or DJ to see, but somebody that's potentially seeing this and not even realizing what it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's what any hobby needs, is exposure to people that don't know that it exists. I think that's why car shows are so valuable for us. Unfortunately, we don't get to as many as we used to. I think even the car show scene out here is kind of slowly dying, but it's just such a great opportunity for us to expose the hobby to people that are into cars and into drifting, but don't know that they can, do it on a level that's a little more reasonable than, full.
Yeah, that's the ideal demographic, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You would think. But yeah, I mean, we see a lot of the people that come in for car shows and then they rent the cars and kind of do their thing. We still get like a few people that come and check out the track after that, but ultimately, I don't know. It's the niche hobby for a reason, right?
Yeah, and if you think about it, like the majority of the people that get into it, don't stick around. So most of the people that you're dealing with are new people, people that don't have any experience in the hobby at all.
DJ, you are being hailed.
I saw that. Gotta clean up.
Speaking of which,
is it a kickflip or are we doing a tray flip?
They have only asked for a kickflip.
Good, because I don't think I have my tray flips yet.
It's been like a month, dude.
Simmer down. Okay, dude, simmer down.
Simmer down.
I look for an hour. I think I have a clip of DJ doing a kickflip at Worlds.
Everybody has a clip of DJ doing a kickflip at Worlds.
Yeah, there's gonna be way more kickflips. I can feel it.
You better have tray flips by Worlds, DJ.
I know, right? Oh, bro, my fingers.
Oh, you didn't have kickflips right now.
No, I know, dude. I've been working.
He's been
Hands
working.
are
All the little screws make my fingers hurt.
Yeah, dude. I'm working with greases too. I'm a greasy boy.
Oh, the gear grease for the overdose gear grease? Is that what you're playing with?
Yeah, I'm working with some gear grease and some ball diff grease.
Ooh, now you can make a short, because I just saw one. Do it in slow-mo and make sure you can see the tackiness show up.
Jesus. I don't put that much on. That's a little much. I don't think you're supposed to use that much.
I don't know. There's a reason. Well, video could be the reason. That could be it. Okay. Robert, were you able to join the Discord?
Let me see here. I was still working on that.
Gotcha.
I think I have to click on one more thing, but I think I'm there.
Okay. Well, if you can, just add some photos of your chassis if you have them on your computer.
Sure, yeah.
And just post them in the Roast My Rig or General, whichever you choose. But while we're doing that, Logan.
Yeah.
Hi.
Sorry.
Anyway, Are you going to the swap meet on Saturday, or are you just gonna be there on Friday?
This weekend, the swap meet is this weekend. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I'm gonna go tomorrow because Sarah's out of town again, and it's pretty tough on river if I work all day and then go to the track till midnight.
Yeah, that seems tough. A little bit tough. Big things are coming. What the
Logan, it
clapback?
says the link, or Adam, the link that you gave me was not valid. Let me try this again.
Oh, let me just grab it. I can grab another one. That should work.
All right.
Hopefully it works. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and just post those pictures, and we'll see what's going on.
Yep.
Oh. Did you get your RX-01? Did you order an RX-01, Logan?
No. I was kind of hoping I would get one, but that didn't happen. So I probably won't get one.
I mean, you would get one if you ordered one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I know. I'm kidding.
Man, oh man.
Did you guys talk about
I want to drive one, not own one.
did you guys see what happened with Pit Stop today?
Yeah. Bringing that up. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Really horrible situation for those guys. I mean, obviously, you're really excited about moving into, especially for Pit Stop, it's such a small shop. So you're excited about moving into a new place and you're ready to go, and you just can't, get through the landlord telling you move-in dates that keep getting pushed back, and you have this season hanging on over your head. A lot of people depending on you to open your track and do your comps so that people can qualify, and then to have the storage unit robbery along the same time. Horrible summer for those boys so far.
Yeah.
But I've spoken with I know Steve posts some stuff, and I talked to him a little bit about it, and I think anyone worried about qualifying, that was planning on qualifying in the Pit Stop region, I wouldn't worry about it. You guys would be all right.
Yep. Well, they already said A main, that series over there.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy's
they're-
track.
Yeah, those are definitely valid options. But those aren't exactly super close. I mean, even A main is like a 3-hour drive from Pit Stop, and then Fresno is not that much closer either. So, and there's definitely plenty of people that were probably only planning on being able to qualify via Pit Stop. So it'll be good for them to still have a. I think it looks good. There will be a path for them to come and compete at Worlds as well.
So Pit Stop to A main is about 2.5 hours.
There you go. Which again,
Drift well.
it doesn't
That's
sound
it.
that far. We've driven that far to drift, but not everybody can do that
And reliably.
reliably. Yeah. If that was the case, then they wouldn't have 4 regions in California.
There's only 4.
I believe that's right. There's SoCal, then there's Fresno, then there was Pit Stop, and then A main.
Gotcha.
I think that's right.
Gotcha. Okay. And Vittorio's judging over at A
Adam,
main.
I got in there. Adam, I get in there. I just trying to upload the pictures now.
Okay, sounds good. We've got some time. Just a reminder, if you'd like, go ahead and post into Roast My Rig. We'll be taking a look at those, and we caught up last week, so I think Josh Geek is the like the only chassis from today.
I don't think I can view Discord, unfortunately, right now.
Oh, I might be asking people on how to travel with an RC car. That is a new thing for me.
It's a big deal. I mean, it's not. I think every option has its compromises, you know.
Yeah. Like, has anyone traveled with the 2 cardboard box Yokomo bag? Because I have one of those. It's just like an inch too big on the depth. So as long as that passes for someone else, I'll feel a lot better about myself trying to travel with it.
Yeah,
it's good,
I've traveled with mine. Yeah, like the Yokomo double stack
yeah,
bag. Yeah,
I just
I've
need
traveled
to.
with mine.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
I think good, like Adam says, good but fragile, and you also, if you're over the boundary limits, you know, then you're playing a game there on if you're going to get a stickler.
Yeah. I think confidence is key in that moment. Just walk
definitely. I think 9 times out of 10, you know, you're good, but that one time that you have to check it, and now you're having to check that thing, and it's fragile.
I know the overdose one. That one's a little bit bigger, and it was questioned at one point. Forget who we were talking to, but yeah. I break down my box and I put it in my checked bag, then reassemble. What about your car? Like, what are you doing with the car? Like, I tried looking at I tried putting my car in my carry-on luggage today just to see what it would look like. There's not a lot of space after that. And then it'd be a little bit weird just packing that in there. I don't know. There's that. There's the idea of batteries. There's the I don't know. I've just never traveled on a plane with a car before. So, yeah, I've got time.
Yeah, the biggest things are just most of the methods that we all use involves having to carry something, and usually these days when you go to an airport, it involves a pretty long walk, so it's kind of just annoying. But
well, I think no matter what,
you're relying on getting overhead bin space.
Yeah, like I think no matter what I do, I'm gonna end up having to like pack a checked bag and just check my clothes.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think I did it when we went to Phoenix this last year. I think I ended up just checking my bag at the gate anyways, but going like one checked, you can do like a checked roll on in like a backpack. Or you can do, or not a check roll on, sorry, an overhead, you know, carry on, like a roller and then like a backpack. It's pretty solid, but you have to get creative with how you go to the track at that point.
Yep. But yeah, so I think my game plan right now is the Yokomo stacker box, and then I'll just pack another carry-on size bag for clothes and stuff like that. Mike BG29. Airports don't care about lipo bags. Shibata bag size is perfect, and a backpack or radio typos maybe. I use a hard bag, and it's technically too big, but it passes twice. See, that's the exact description of the Yokomo bag. It's 1 inch too thick.
Yeah.
So yeah. And Dow, I'm too poor for the overdose bag.
And like Judd and Jake have the overdose bag, and every trip they complain about having to lug the thing around.
Oh, all right. I might just see my way out of here then.
I mean, you have one too, obviously, but you don't complain, DJ.
But doesn't the overdose bag have a shoulder strap at least?
I mean, DJ, it's not comfortable, right?
I carry mine.
Yeah.
It's heavy, but I carry it.
How much did you pay for that bag? Oh,
a
wait,
credit
wait.
card
Sorry.
swipe?
Bad question. How much does that bag retail for?
Yeah, a credit card swipe.
Shibata bag has been perfect. Okay. That's still like a $230 bag, though. So many bags.
You should do what I did and just use one of Judd's bags.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's his.
I hate that, though. Like, when I was in China, my suitcase broke.
Oh,
Like, 2 of the wheels broke. So I fixed it. So I am kind of bummed that I won't get to use it like it is, but whatever. I need a Rev D carry-on until OD bag remains goated.
I want to see a drift company make a carry-on with wheels. And boom, we're all.
Yeah,
I mean,
nice.
that'll solve it right there.
Isn't that like the OGO roller bag that?
Yeah,
all
but
the
that's not
racers have?
carry-on.
You're right. That's like a full-on.
Yeah, you got to check that bad boy. I want a carry-on that I can take to the pitch, to the track as well.
From the plane to the track.
Yeah, that's the move. Because right now I have that in my Coswork bag, but again, it doesn't have wheels. Like last time when we went to Phoenix, me and DJ had to walk like a mile and a half to get to the car. So it's like,
Well, that was brutal. We had to climb a fence too.
and it was like 90 degrees, and we had to climb over a wall.
Jeez.
Directions. They just took us down the wrong way.
Hard case is the same bag as Shibata, and only 145 is if it's in stock at Super G. Yeah. OGO 9800. So here's the crazy thing, like James, our boy James, like designed some of those bags or like some of the prints for those bags, and it's
Mhm.
hilarious because like one day at PDX Underground, he was like, I designed that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is I've never seen a bag be like so ubiquitous. It's like those have been around since I was a kid in RC cars. People using the OGO bag.
If anything, tape off your LiPo terminals with masking tape. Okay, and just storage voltage, I'm assuming. If that.
That's what they want, but I've never been checked.
Yeah, they don't pull out voltmeters.
Well, at
They ain't checking
PDX,
anything.
you don't have to like take anything out of your bag anymore. You just send it away and it goes through the thing.
Oh, they take stuff out of my bag every time.
Oh yeah. I guess this time around it'll probably be that no matter what. I'm trying to get the share window pulled up here.
Dr. H, you take that back. I will not accept any PDX freaking slander, dude. That is a great airport.
Whoa, what about PDX Airport? What is he
He said
saying?
it sucks, dude. That's crazy.
I mean, if you think it sucks now, just think what it was like before the remodel. or were you there when you had to walk around the terminal
It's probably there during peak freaking construction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked.
When you come back, Dr. H, it'll be good because it's done now.
Supposedly.
I was gonna say you can't hate on airport if it's in construction, but they're all always under construction.
Facts.
They're always
Yeah,
in
dude,
construction.
those
Yeah,
freaking
never
walkways.
ends.
That is.
Sorry, I was
so
trying to make a joke. Cut you off, my bad.
Yeah, I take the battery out of the remote. Yeah.
I've never done that.
I just unplug it.
I don't think I've even done that.
All in all, like, I need to pack a car, a camera, just because I'm a camera guy, and then try to figure out all the other stuff too. I wish I had a slimmer remote.
Maybe
Okay.
something that could break down.
Like, I could take the drop off of my 7PX, and that would make it skinnier. Okay,
I
let's...
actually did take off all like that stuff just to slim down the radio a little bit, like the drop down and the whole angle thing, because it just pushes the wheel out so far, and especially with us, we want to be compact when we travel. Having those big bulky radios, those are already big. I don't need them. We don't need it bigger.
I mean, yeah, but I totally forgot where I put those screws, so that is out of my question. It's not that involved. Just be confident and answer any questions. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It's chill. I used to fly with my pistol all the time.
That seems excessive. Not excessive, but like excessive for TSA.
It's pretty easy, actually. They have it pretty well dialed.
Is it just like a concealed carry thing? And then
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you just
legalized?
tell them that you have a CHL and they send you to another line and check it out. Pretty easy.
Have I already told chat about the immigration stuff that you need to go through from leaving Hong Kong and going into China? I had to have I had my passport scanned like 5 separate times and had to go through like that many security checks. It was so insane.
That's crazy.
Okay, so we are looking at a YD2 of some sort on a workbench. Tell us a little bit about it, Robert.
Yeah. So this chassis has been to 28 RC drift tracks.
That's a lot.
And
So this
It
is
was
the
getting-
this is the Journey chassis.
yeah, well, this is the one that went to California. It was built at 11, and I'm at 39 now.
Wait, that went over my head. Built at 11.
He built
Oh,
it after
at
the
track
11
stop
track.
11
Yeah.
and at 39.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct. It still has a SX3 lower deck, but it's a Shark
Mhm.
DDSS front, upper deck, transmission.
Is there any goal to change your like the overall chassis?
Yeah, it was just what I had at the time, and that's what got built. So
What are you thinking, or what are you wanting to switch to?
I had driven my RDX for so long that I was just getting bored with it, and I went back to my YD2 and I drove that for a while, and I was having fun with it, and I just wanted to evolve it to do something different, something that I haven't done before.
Mm-hmm. So you went to, this is your YD2S chassis?
Yes,
Mhm.
essentially a version of that. Yeah.
Gotcha. I think an alternative, or a good alternative, would be the Z to push the battery back.
Mm.
Or just get the, like, one of the scale reflex Hydra decks.
Well, if you see the deck there, you see the two gum bands,
Gum bands.
the rubber bands.
Back there. Where is back there?
Well, the battery doesn't get mounted
Oh, on the
in
battery
tray.
Oh,
on the battery tray.
Gotcha.
The battery gets mounted on the battery tray, but it's slid all the way back underneath the truck transmission, and it's held in with rubber bands.
Gotcha. Rubber bands are a primary battery holder for me, so like it just looks
That's
normal.
I mean, it's like literally the perfect technology to accomplish the task.
I will
I
continue.
would like to swap it out to something a little bit more convenient.
If you want to get nerdy, you know, like, have you seen the FPV drone flight controllers and stuff like
Mhm.
that? So if you
Mhm.
take one of the vibration reducing standoffs, the rubber ones, and you just replace the standoff here, you can get it to the point where when it leans over, you can slide your battery out really easily.
Yeah.
So I like that method.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I do think still Yusakani has kind of like the win as far as easiest, most simple battery holder.
Mhm.
Their wire one that came with pre-NGE series of chassis,
Mm.
because you just bend it down, pull it out,
There you
and
go.
or pull it up and pull out, Super easy. Ton of different gummies.
Yep.
Logan
Yeah,
is the
this whole setup is not optimized at all. It was just this is how it got built.
Mhm. Have you tried tuning with shocks, like shock springs yet?
Yeah. So whenever I first bought that YD2, I bought a set of the I think it's Revo 2 shocks, and you see those are actually the shocks that are on that now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did he leave? I'm sorry, Vito. I said shocks. He would prefer damper.
Damper.
Dude, he can kick rocks. You can call it shocks if you want to.
So what I meant was the actual springs. Have you tried experimenting with different springs?
Yeah, I have the Yokomo spring kit, and I've been experimenting with those. Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
and they're actually too soft. Like I need a firmer spring.
Should we go to the barrel discussion? No. They have a place. Dampingers? What the crap, Logan?
Yeah, the word he has issue with is dampeners, not shocks. Shocks is good.
Dampeners. Okay. So, okay. We've got this chassis going on.
Yep.
If you had no budget, what would your next chassis be? Mind you, you have a Yokomo driver and an Overdose driver in the room right now. And Rev D's in
Yeah.
the room. And
There's only one right answer.
There's a million right answers.
Well, and out of all those chassis, the only competition level that I believe I've driven, and I think that's Devon's Shibata, and that's probably what I would drive is the Shibata, even though it's a little bit. I wouldn't call it finicky, but it seems like it just has a lot of extra complications.
geez, Dr. H being a doctor. The right answer is the one that inspires you to drive.
Yeah, yeah.
Which one inspires joy?
The
Do you see
bronze-
yourself being immersed in the
No.
world of RC drift?
Wait,
See-
what was the question?
Skip that one.
Just
Yeah,
a
next
meme.
question. Next question.
See, the funny thing is that the one that inspires me to drive is also the one that creates the most rage at the same time.
True.
Like, there are some days that it drives great, and there are some days that I don't even know what's happening with it.
And honestly, I'm not even driving this chassis right now. I've gone back to my RDX recently.
This sticker makes me laugh now.
Oh, brother, we gotta get a cable on there.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Watch
and
out-
in that
watch out
picture,
for
you
some
can see the
arcs.
battery placement with the rubber bands.
yeah. So a Z chassis would fit you just dandy. ZX specifically. Although, did you or wow, I can't talk. Do you have the stock standoffs, the battery holders for the Shark?
No,
Okay.
yeah, I haven't gotten those yet.
Okay, Shane is coming to NorCal. RG Matsuri, that's cool.
Ooh, when is that?
Okay,
That's
so
what is it, the 5th?
you said Shibata. Are we talking GRK5R? Or are we talking GS2? Are we talking about I
Oh.
totally forgot the name of it, but it's blue.
The GRK5R.
Okay. In what color?
I'd probably, I don't know. Does color really matter?
Yes. Yes, it does. It matters
It's only
for
the most
resale.
important aspect of any drift car.
Honestly, for 5R, I think there's only one right answer,
Black.
and it's always sold out. No, black. Honestly, black GRK 5R to me is like the boringest looking one out of them all. There's too much black. No, Logan, not
There's
all.
no such thing as too much, dude.
No such thing as too much
It's
black.
like- Chill and Knight Rider and
I don't know about that. I mean, purple I think is the most fire one. Red is definitely in second. But then they have like that blue chassis with the floating transmission coming out, and that one looks pretty cool too.
those are all beautiful, but if I had those, you'd pull my shell off and it would look like crap underneath.
I mean, nah.
It would look used. It would look driven. It would look put away wet.
Driven's a good thing. The knob is sick.
My level of maintenance is replace it after it breaks.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Wait a second. Hold up.
Yes, sir.
How many times have you
Wait a
guys
minute.
replaced your ball ends? The plastic rod ends.
The plastic part?
Yeah, the plastic part.
I need to do that.
See, I need to too,
I would say maybe once.
because
I
I'm
can give you an answer, but only when I notice that they aren't. If I notice they're sticky, then I'll change it.
I'm still
Yeah.
running.
I'll
the
try to
stock
fix it
ones.
first with the old plier pinch, and then I'll change it if I can't fix it.
Oh yeah, plier pinch is a good way to fix a lot of things.
You can fix them, or you can just crack them straight in half, which is cool too.
What are you doing? To crack them straight in half. That seems like a lot of excessive force being used there.
Yeah. I mean, the other option is a sticky ball end, so you might as well give it a shot, eh?
Yeah. How many times have you had to fix or tell people that like you're using the wrong ball end and you need to go fix that? Too many times.
I don't think I've ever come across that.
You've never come across that.
Every red cat.
I mean, but at least they're like the kind of the right size, but you end up buying something else anyways. It's like when the PDS mix came out, like instantly replaced all of them with Yokomo ball ends, like instantly.
Yeah.
Anyway, check this out. Maybe. Here we go. So coming in, Josh's. This one's not as good. Like, not the body itself, but the picture
Damn.
quality.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the picture quality is a little bit lacking here, Josh.
He got lazy, dude, and just didn't bust out the camera, just used his phone.
So I'm actually gonna go take a bathroom break really quickly. You guys can talk about whatever. I'll leave it on the main screen for now.
Pull something up. Is there anything else to pull up?
Here you can roast Dow. Sorry, Dow.
Robert, have we talked about the journey at all yet?
We talked to about
Briefly.
the initial stops, just looking out of Pittsburgh and seeing what else was out there, and just through that, it gave me that ambition to want to open a track in Pittsburgh, or at least create something permanent in
Right.
Pittsburgh. And once I had decided to do that, I actually ventured further out, and that was the first time I made it out to New Jersey. I went to. I actually made it to whenever Steve Lee moved to Texas. I was actually at that event.
Okay.
It just so happened to be on the same day, the first time I come out. Those videos are actually up on YouTube, so it's pretty badass to see like the long form content of what I was doing with videos back then compared to now. But they were very good. Everybody, even back then, this is 2002 or 2022. Sorry, the first time I came out to New Jersey. But I also went to VIR had Hyperfest, and the Virginia guys were taking RC cars there, and I also went down there and I got that on video. I had been up to Michigan by that point. You know, everything within local driving distance of Pittsburgh, I'd tried to venture out and get into their areas before I opened my store in Pittsburgh. And then once I had opened my store in Pittsburgh, you know, we had done a few other things of hitting new tracks, you know, of just whether we're setting up a track somewhere to showcase RC drifting. And then, you know, one day Anthony Torres was like, man, how many tracks have you been to now? And I really sat down and counted, and I was like, man, I think I was at 9 at that point. And then, you know, before I went out to Super G, I was at 11. And, you know, out in California, I only went to Super G and GGT. But after that trip, whenever I got back, I talked to so many guys in Texas whenever I was in California. And my brother lives in Houston, and the SDC Texas finals were coming up, and then Prodigy was opening in Las Vegas, which was Halloween. So, I mean, that was basically a month after Vegas, but I drove out to Vegas, hitting all the tracks on my way out. And then from Vegas, I went up to Colorado, to Scale Science, and then came back through the Midwest. But by the time I had left Colorado, I was literally out of time. I was, you know, had to get back to work. So,
Yeah. So I was mostly looking at like obviously your trip to Worlds to and from. It looked like you were just kind of visiting pretty much anywhere you could. It looked like you had a lot of time available with that trip as well. What was the whole game plan? Was it just like, I'm going to go to Worlds and drive it as many tracks as possible, you know, on the way? Or
No. So I flew out to Worlds.
Okay.
And I didn't actually start traveling until it was the end of October.
Okay.
But I had come home from Worlds for like 2 weeks before.
Okay.
Left for Texas and Las
I think
Vegas.
that's just comprehension issue with me, but it looked like the timing was similar. So then is it kind of like one of your goals now is to continually do these road trips basically?
Well, you know, basically every month we're visiting 1 or 2 new tracks, which is a pretty good pace.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's still a lot of tracks that are within my reach that I haven't visited yet. So the journey is far from over. You know, it's pretty easily to do a weekend trip and hit 10 tracks, you know, and it's never been my intention to hit the most tracks or you know, strictly what I'm trying to do is showcase RC drift, and it's not necessarily to showcase RC drift to you. It's to somebody that's looking at this video has no idea what they're looking at.
Yeah. And so you think visiting all the tracks, is it like primarily for that purpose, or is it more that you just want to go and check out all these tracks and that's kind of like something else that you can accomplish on the way?
Yeah, it's pretty much all of that, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I enjoy traveling, and, you know, I would say the point to all this is get out and visit your local RC drift tracks and show them some support. And that's what I'm trying to show people, you know, and it's pretty, it's not easy, you know, everything requires effort, but, you know, if you're interested in this hobby and interested in seeing it progress and expand, you know, we need to show it to people who have no idea what they're looking at, and get them interested in it somehow.
Yeah.
But they're the target, and the people that are getting into it, making sure that they stay in it. And
Yeah.
And actually, you know, one of the things that I really enjoyed in all this, and I'm being truly honest, is all the times that I've gotten to teach people from their very first time of touching an RC drift car to actually getting to tandem the car.
Yeah.
And I think that's been the most rewarding is seeing people progress in the hobby.
Yeah. So what do you think the if there is a secret, what do you think, like, the keys to not say you got someone in the door, what do you think is the key to keep them coming back?
Well, I think with anybody, the challenge of figuring it out, you know, and I think ultimately you have to like driving. You know, if you're not into motorsports, I don't think that switch will click. Unless you get into it for other reasons, because there are so many different levels to this that, you know, the styling of the bodies and the painting of the bodies and the tuning, and you know, you got 50 layers to RC drift cars that you can come into it at any level, and you know, as somebody experienced in the hobby, that you can find joy in any one of those levels at any time. If like one level gets stale for you, all you have to do is switch back to doing painting bodies, and all of a sudden you're rejuvenated, or you got your break that you need to you know, keep propelling in the hobby.
Yeah, I think it's a really good message to send early to the people that you are hoping to bring in, that it's really important to support the local shop, because yeah, I mean, I think all the tracks out there right now have their times where they're struggling, you know, getting past. I think, like, for our track, for example, like, it's a time where we're struggling to take that next step of, you know, the track being more than just a time and money sink for us. You know, and it's a little, it's honestly a little shocking to see how hard it is to get people to understand that you know, we need them pretty much financially, like, to help us keep the place open. Especially like around here, being summertime, you know, it gets tough on the weekends.
And you can tell the difference between like a hobby town track versus like a straight drift track, like RC drift track.
Yeah, for sure.
Complete difference, because one focuses on the sales because they have to. The other is trying to stay afloat and be in it so that we can survive, but it's a completely different vibe.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, having our experience starting in a place that wasn't a drift track, you know, that opened it on the side, to now being at a place that is a drift track and it's ran by drifters. I mean, it's night and day. And I think a lot of people take for granted sometimes what they have and what they don't have.
Facts. 100% facts.
And it's not just you know, the track owners in the United States. You know, if you look at every demographic, you know, there's track owners out there that are struggling to keep their doors open, or they're closing their doors because they're not getting that support. So
yeah,
you know, it's never easy. You know, at the end of the world, it does take a whole community to sustain that. So.
Yeah, everyone's got to be on board. And I see this comment: nothing wrong with the Hobbytown drift track. Absolutely right, 100%.
Yeah.
And
I visited quite a lot of them and had very good experiences at them. And you know, some of them are extremely passionate about the RC drift community. So.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Like, it's just, from what I've seen, the difference between like that, the idea of just like a non-store owner or like a non-RC drifter, right?
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Like,
yeah. It's not to say that there's anything wrong with it as a thing. It's great, and like, honestly, it's fortunate that there's places willing to do that for us, right?
Yep.
But there's no denying that the experience as a user of the facility is better when the owner is a RC drifter, got into it before, you know, started a drift track because they wanted to open a drift track, and isn't just like seeing it as some kind of, you know, revenue opportunity. So
exactly,
it's just that. Like I said, we get to create the exact atmosphere that we want to be in, and we're not beholden to, you know, an owner that is having to make concessions, because that's what we dealt with at PDX, right? The old track, like, we had to share the space. Obviously, we had to share the space with the off-road guys and with the store, and the store had to share its space. You know, Kevin wasn't able to put a bunch of money into drift product, or scheduling had to be balanced between the two, 3 different groups. All of these things that you don't have to deal with when it's just 100% dedicated drift spot.
Mm-hmm. It's also nice when we get to make the rules about like track changes and not be pressured to do something different for the sake
We
of
can
being
change the
different.
track whenever we want. We can close and change the track. That was a big thing. Like Kevin never wanted to, he always wanted, and nothing against him. He's running a business, but he always wanted us to have that track open as soon as possible. So it made it more challenging. I think the end result is lower quality tracks because he wanted us to be in and out. So
Mhm.
it's just certain sacrifices that have to be made for someone in that situation versus the other way around. That's all I'm saying.
Fortune. Yes. Oh, they're talking about Vito. Apparently, Vanquish released a truck today. That's sick. Let me flip it back over to the roast my rig just a little bit, or are we still talking about something as far as the traveling, the RC drift journey?
I think we got where I was trying to go, which was
Okay.
mostly just like, what's the goal, what's the purpose, what's the dream for all the traveling. Definitely seen it. I see all the videos and
For everyone to experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Just sharing, which is good.
Yeah, I'm here to show you off. And that's what I do.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy RC drifting myself too. I've put in plenty of hours, and pushing my driving as much as I can as well. So
I think it's good. It feels good to me to give back to the sport as much as I personally can. Like, obviously, we can't all give in the same way or whatever you want to, however you want to look at it. But I think it's important for everyone to think about their, what's their lasting effect on the hobby and their local scene. Are you like 100% just a consumer, or are you giving back at the same time? And I'm not saying everybody has to give back either, but
there's opportunities to if you want to.
yeah, I think mainly just be aware of it.
Yeah. And don't be afraid of those guys that are trying to find opportunities to do those kind of things. you know?
Yeah.
Here, where we, wow, I didn't do it on that one. Oh, there we go. But that's where we step up as the community. This one's tough. This one's a tricky line to like maneuver too, because yes, there's the community, and I hope your community is a good one. Your community can get burned out pretty easily too. So that balance is really, really important, I feel. Like, how many times do we change the track at PDX? Like, a quarter, right?
What do you mean?
How many times? What frequency are we changing the track layout at PDX?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like maybe 3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
And like major changes is only like twice a year.
Mm-hmm. But it's like I've seen time and time again like tracks be like have their club, right, and ask for help, and no one shows up. Like, they're part of the team, and yet no one shows up. That's where I think it kills it. Like, it doesn't do anyone any good.
I would say don't stop asking.
For sure, don't stop asking, but don't leave it to a single guy to just do all of it.
I mean, offering your help is always great, and you should continue to do that. But you do need to. I always say, like, you got to understand that simply sometimes simply offering it ends up being more of a burden for that person to basically help you help them. And in that case, if you feel like you're constantly offering help and it's not being accepted, just find your own way to help, where you don't need to have, take up a bunch of someone else's time so that they can help you help them. It's kind of confusing. But yeah, like, if you're saying, hey, I can help do this or this, and just waiting for someone to ask you to do something, and they're not doing it, it's just because they don't have time to like arrange that and figure it out themselves. If you can do something, just do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, coming back over here for just a moment. DJ, I need your words.
Those are hard to come by.
What even is that?
Yeah, what is that, DJ?
I should pull it up on Discord. Okay.
What do we got? We've got a
That
lot
sounds
of
like a disapproval.
We've got a lot of JSM on here. All the burnt titanium stuff.
Onto the. Oh well, never mind, because they probably come with those shock shafts because they're nerds.
Only the recent generation. They didn't used to be like that.
Oh, the newer nerds are coming with the nice coated shock shafts now?
The Zada shafts, I believe so.
Oh, nice.
I think. I could be very wrong.
Who posted this? It's pretty clean.
This is Scott Petty in chat.
Nice.
Ooh, there's a magnet on one and not on the other.
Oh, I need to do some of that action. My shit is all twisted, dude.
Wait, how does yours get twisted? Yours are balls.
I don't know. I have no idea. I can't figure it out. But every time I remount my body, it's crooked.
Just cost $5 just to look at this picture.
Every second you look at it, you're losing money. Actually.
Oh! If you're looking at the Facebook Marketplace for drift RC drift cars, our friend James has a really nice little Golem set up. So if you're looking for a Golem, take a look at that one. Although I don't know why he's selling it, but I never asked. So that'll be in the dark. RMX4. DJ, I need your words.
This is also DJ Zone, dude.
Ooh, yeah.
DJ said what? An MST? What?
Oh, correction on the last on the Golem. Those are actually AliExpress titanium screws.
Oh.
Hey, it looks the part, so it looks good.
Holy weights on the shocks.
Oh yeah.
That's an interesting way to do it. Do you think it's just all thread going through that? I would imagine that.
Kind of looks like it.
100%.
Kind of looks like it.
Now, real question. Because if it is all thread, then that are these part of a computer AIO solution?
Looks like it. Definitely looks like it.
Because the only reason why I'm saying that is because I'm doing the same exact thing on my car. not there though.
I'm looking at my AIO screws right now, my CPU screws. I'm like, yep, that's definitely that.
Like I had to cover the bottom of the deck because it has nicer screws, but I'll just leave it there. Yeah, you have nice screws in the bottom, but then you decided to cover it up with with your foot. What's going
What
on
is
with
that
that?
about?
Bring them up top too.
Oh, and he put the exoskeleton on it.
Is this Mitch? Well, this
There's
But
a yeah.
is
that's
this
a-
rolling
that's a-
garage,
that's
Mitch?
the RER.
I'd like to see a little bit more like
Because you know what I need when an RAR just isn't heavy enough.
the full-on welded roll cage.
This 10-pound RAR.
Oh wait, hold up. It is
Dude.
actually on rubber tires too.
Oh God.
Did
It
a
looks like
traction
it.
roll.
Yeah, simmer down there, bud.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine what those wheels were doing, like with the gyro. Like, was it all just all over the place, or was it contained? Who knows? And then we've got this one. DJ, I need your words.
Ooh.
Another nerd setup, huh?
I feel like with everything going up in cost anyway, nerds like don't seem as far as a stretch anymore.
They look like little bug antennas.
Although it's still $400 just to adapt your shocks to nerds is still a stretch.
Well, I mean that shock build is what, like $1,000?
Mm,
Nerds on
oh,
HDs?
HR, yeah. So what? $250 for the shocks, $400 for the conversion. Yeah, yeah. That hurts my soul. Is there a reason to run nerds with HD3s, HD4s? Bragging rights?
I guess if you really didn't want to change your oil in the shock itself, that would be what you would do. Because you would just get, a medium weight oil or whatever preference you would want, and then just make it softer, stiffer from there, while using the adjustment on the inside.
Is this the traction roll? I hope this is the traction roll. Hold on.
You have a video? That's
There's
what we
a video
need.
posted. Do we need to come up with something different other than roast my rig?
We tried this or that, but people quit submitting to that too.
Well, I
Bunch
think
of
it's because we kind of stopped at the same time. Like I think
Yeah,
that's
the
a
poll
that's a
is
both
good.
sides problem.
We need more questions.
Oh, this is sick. Okay, let me try to get this on screen here.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
We didn't stop. The questions stopped coming in. We can't do a poll on nothing.
Yeah, y'all stopped.
We didn't stop.
I mean, we kind of did. We can pick it up again.
Are there new polls? Because I don't think there are.
There hasn't been any new polls.
So there you go. Try to blame me.
I wasn't.
No, I was talking to Adam, the other Adam.
Like, jeez. Okay, I want the full thing. There we go. Okay, here we go. Switchy, switchy. And press play.
Dude, this thing is ridiculous. Oh my God.
It's
That's crazy.
three-wheeling. It's three-wheeling.
Whoa. That's so sick. It's almost gonna do a wheelie like the little mini cars that what's his name? Liam Duran has.
Yeah. The dual motor, dual
Little sprint
Hayabusa
car
motor.
things. Yeah.
Do a drift event on a boat like a drift cruise. Dude, I would be so down for this.
I'm never going on a cruise ever, dude. After seeing that Hanavirus one, I'm never ever going on a cruise ever.
Oh, come on. There are worse things than
No
that.
shot, dude.
Have you seen
I already
the
didn't want to go on a cruise.
Poop Cruise documentary on Netflix? Whatever it
Oh,
is.
dude, I'm good, bro.
Overdose treaded RC tire or Shibata treaded RC tire? Oh, speaking of this, I don't run either, so I wouldn't know. I bet you Shibata treaded tires are cheaper. Hold on. Do we actually need to make this a poll?
Adam has a poll allegedly, but also Baco, we do have a new product section that anyone can submit to.
See, it's been long enough that I need to remember how to do this, so hold tight. Or they changed. Nope, here we go. Oh, the last one that I did was 3PV forever or stock plastic Yokomo shocks.
Yeah, that was a good one, but we did that.
I know we did that. Hold on.
Oh. I was just gonna put one in there, but I already know where it's gonna go.
So is Buzz brakes, right? Those are the overdose treaded tires. Or no? Here,
Yeah.
They make a couple, but yeah.
Shibata. And just do this. And that. Boom. One or two. While that's going, should we bring back all-wheel drive drift segments into competition?
No.
I don't know how to answer that.
I'm not answering the tire question because I don't care.
I don't. Is there a way to tandem all-wheel drive cars cleanly?
Yes, it's just really fast. I guess, okay, so cleanly. Cleanly is the good question.
It's just not it's like...
Yeah, I have to agree.
RC drifting is like somewhat like we're just trying to do the experience of drift in RC. If you're wanting to do that with all-wheel drive, there's other, like, go do... I don't know. There's like rally or just go do off-road.
Dude, okay, what kind of rally are we talking about? Are we talking about like...
There's those dudes that run around in parking lots, you know? Have you seen those guys?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like the one that requires cardio.
Yeah.
I did get a 12th scale a NASCAR, and it's all-wheel drive, and I did drive it at RC Car World on the drift track there. You could slide them. It doesn't have a gyro. You know, you could throw it into the corners, and it has like slicks on it, like Goodyear rubber tires, but I mean, they're not gripping up on that surface. It was enough to, I mean, if you have control and you're not like whipping it around, you could slide it around.
I think it's fine. It's fun, but it's just not like what I don't think is what I'm not trying to do that, you know?
No.
Dude.
Yeah, it was just something fun to do.
Yeah.
Dr. H bringing
We
up a
don't have
YD4.
time either to do another class.
If you want a real challenge, and honestly, you just turn your gyro down and do that gyroless drive.
Or you can just be like Steve.
If you're bored, if you've reached the pinnacle and you're out of things to do that.
Which, mind you, like, he posted his SV2, right? With no gyro.
Yeah, and he said it was gyroless, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that'd be cool to do, but at the same time, way too much thinking, way too much internal trying to want to do that.
Yeah, I'm all set on that for now, I think.
I think it's funny, YD4, Hikaru trying to chase a YD4. That'd be intense. But there are drift videos on YouTube that kind of prove that you can drift and tandem all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive. I think it'd be definitely a tire game for matching at least.
Yeah, but it's just like why? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, you guys. One last thing that I want to point out: ACVS mode or normal mode.
Normal.
This one's hard. This one's actually a hard one because I've had cars drive better on either side.
Yep.
Normal just makes sense in my brain.
So, Overdose Tires has won 3-2, you guys. That was an awesome this or that.
Rough shot for Vittorio, dude.
So, for AVCS mode, I think I need to have someone show me how to do it the right way. Because every single time, like, the way that the Futaba manual says that it drives does not drive.
Yeah. Like
how it
Vittorio
says.
is saying, you can tune both to feel how the other one is supposed to feel.
Random thought. Is it worth investing in a 10PX and the 560 and the dual servos?
Oh, God. I don't know. I can't answer that question for anyone, really.
Yeah. I can't ask Joey that. I think is he the only one like that has them in the North American continent?
I'm sure Shane has them. Shane?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good bet. Ask
They can't be
Josh.
light. So the unsprung weight, it just makes me curious to how heavy is the front driving with those two servos out on the wheels.
I mean, but people are adding weight to the front wheels sometimes too, so that could be better and worse.
So you could just tune for it.
Mm-hmm.
They just have unlimited alignment settings.
Front is lighter.
Well, if you think about it, you don't have to have the turnbuckles or any of the steering system.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like you get rid of the
Servo has
horn.
to weigh more.
In the servo itself.
Well, I just mean unsprung weight. I mean, you
Yeah.
got that clear out by your spindle.
Oh dang, DJ, you're up.
Uh-oh. Oh, shoot.
Oh, he's mega called out.
Golly. And I'm signing out, guys. See you later. See you next week.
We'll end up with this. Hey Robert, thanks for joining us on the chat today. Do you have any
Yeah.
shout outs that you'd like to put out there?
Just my social medias. We did pass 50,000 followers overall. We got 36,000 followers on Facebook.
That was
We passed over, I think, 12,000 on TikTok. YouTube's still going strong at like 3,900, and I think we're close to 4,000 on Instagram now. So we're pumping along, doing the same old thing. Our views for 2026 are doubled from our 2025 stuff. So big things for 2026. If you haven't heard about RC Driftway with cross games, it's going to be pretty huge up there. That's going to be my for sure on my map, along with a bunch more new stops. So that's what I got going on.
Right on. Well, we'll be interesting to see like where your journeys keep on going to and what kind of posts you're making. I hope it keeps on evolving and it still grows. It'll be awesome.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, hang out for just a little bit. We always do an end of show wrap up. And you guys, thanks for joining us on this stream. It's always been fun. Logan, do you have anything to shout out with or end with? I've never asked that before. So it's
My
weird.
brain is fried, dude.
All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in again. And we will see you probably next week. Because I haven't checked the calendar. But probably next week. Later.